Good morning, friends, loyal audience, beautiful people, and some not so beautiful people. So, those who are evil, I didn't say good morning to you now. That includes only good people. But nonetheless, if you're listening, you're going to listen or watch this video of ad hoc ranting program, internet, TV, or internet show. So yesterday the media reported that Pustalenin is going to go through a surgery, cancer surgery, and then he's going to transfer power to one of those FSP hardliners. I guess blood sucker weasels, hairy chimpanzees, rabbis, they only bequeath to each other. They make sure that the killing and the blood sucking and so on continues, right? But nonetheless, my commentary today is on this as such. There's a possibility. What I'm trying to say is you cannot extract or hear or see or understand or surmise from that corner of the Netanyahus and, the Pustalenin and the Hitlers and whatnot, except lies, right? Even when it is real or even when it is truth, statement of truth, then it is said in the hope to achieve something bad, right? Something evil. So good, when they make a true statement, regardless what it is, and that's rarely the case, right? It is meant for deception and to achieve evil, right? To reach the evil justify means and then to get at evil. All right, back to our point. So, is he sick with cancer? Is he alive? We don't know. I doubt it. I think what we're seeing is a is a computer-generated appearances of Pustalenin. Is he still alive and sick? Yeah, possibility. Is he not sick, but they're projecting and deceiving and showing that Pustalenin is bloated and Parkinson's and whatnot? Possibility. Everything is possible from that corner. But let's take the possibilities and dissect them and elucidate on them. The defeat in Ukraine and his promise of May 9th and his appearance as Superman, like super leader and so on and so forth, has been but totally wiped out, obliterated, if you will, in a matter of 2 months, or even 1 month for that matter. He was just trying to reverse that destruction on his own and his own cabal, and he couldn't, right? Nor will he could. So now they're gonna blame it on one man, who is Pustalenin, right? Now, is he guilty? Oh, he is guilty as hell. Oh, he is guilty as in hell. But not just him, it's his cabal, that thing that he belongs to, that is causing all this hurt and harm upon civilians, right? They're militarily, they're nothing, like they never ever were able to achieve anything militarily based on like equality or similarities in combat capabilities and capacities and so on and so forth. No. They thrive from the ever history. So these people emerge on the scene from below, right? Something conjured them up. They thrive and score on civilians, innocent civilians and women and children, and rape and maim and steal and rob and destroy and weapons of mass destructions and off-stand weapons, you name it, and gulags and tortures. I can go on. And you look at them, there's nothing good that comes out of that corner. That is the Pustalenin Netanyahu corner. Period. I wash, like my hands from any fact about them that says there's anything good. I studied their history like thoroughly, right? I looked at it here and there and so on and so forth. I couldn't find anything good, right? It's all blood and terror and horror and hurt and maim and that's all there's to it, folks. And they're been continuing for a long time. So that said, they could just want to put him backward. At least they would, like resign him, put him into retirement and blame it on him. Not that they're going to punish him. No, of course not. He's one of the cabal, right? Uh, it could be true, but they're going to replace him, right? Because now he's incapacitated, so he cannot make sound decisions. Let's put it this way. Anything is possible, folks, in that corner. But here are two facts, the two facts of today that are salient and important and conspicuous and very real. Number one, there will be no change if Pustalenin is gone, whether has been removed or retired or died or dead or whatever it is, right? The approach and the thinking and the dogma and the horrific conception and notions and understanding of others will not change, folks. Not toward Europe, not toward anywhere else. Will the killing stop? No, folks. This has been going on for a long time. And every now and then it manifests itself like in the last century. And well, a little bit before that. And then the hundreds of millions get killed and so on. And so on. So that will not change, folks. Two, will that alleviate the focus and stigmata that people have conceived and understood and surmised and deduced and witnessed about this cabal being all guilty? No, folks, that's not going to change. For them, this is just one cog in the wheel, just one block in the building, like one grain on the beach of the sandy beach, right? No, it's not going to change. So if you take this guy and pat him on the shoulder and say, he's guilty, we put him into retirement, so on, that's not going to change the attitude and the position of the opponents of this cabal. This whole cabal, folks, is in hell for what they've done in Syria and Chechnya and Afghanistan and Europe before that in the last century, and now Ukraine and here and there, and what they've done in Turkey before, and now in Africa and Arabia, and and Iran as well. So yeah, that's not going to change. Ain't gonna change. And the Ayatollahs and the Assad regime and the Hezbollah and the ISIS and Qaeda and Muslim Brotherhood and whatever brotherhood that is there, anything but Muslims. There's something evil, right? Do you remember? Here's a side note. Do you remember in 1967 when supposedly the Israeli Air Force came and strafed all these airplanes on the tarmacs? Military warplanes on the tarmacs on Egypt, and supposedly they destroyed the Egyptian Air Force. That's a lie, folks. It was destroyed by locals, Muslim Brotherhood, and so on. And elements in the army and the Air Force, they went into those airplanes and mined them. They put explosives in them, and that was that, right? It was internal, under the watchful eye of Gamal Nasser and his successors, of course, except Sadat, right? In the modern age, Sadat is the only real Egyptian president. And then came Hosni Mubarak, and now back to Nasser again, and General Sisi, and his brother Morsi, the one who put him in power in the first place, right? Morsi and his Muslim and his Brotherhood removed Mubarak and brought Sisi, General Sisi. They're an instrument. They, in themselves, Muslim Brotherhood, they don't rule, nor will they ever rise to rule. When Zion created those Muslim Brotherhood and the Iran Revolution and so on, they had a purpose for them. They don't exceed. And they function just perfectly, right? Like what they've done in Egypt. So back to our Russia again, this Russia. A lot of people in Russia are guilty, folks. Look at them killing and maiming and raping and pillaging and so on. Even though Ukrainians are not Muslims, Ukrainians are Europeans, Ukrainians are Christians, Orthodox, like they are, the majority, right? I don't know. No? Ukrainians are not a threat to Russia militarily. Ukrainians agreed to give up their nuclear weapons, and in exchange they got guarantees from Russia itself about their own security, right? And they territorial integrity, that Russia will respect their territorial integrity and here and there. Look what happened. What happened? Oh, well, you see what happened. People here in the West are angry that Russia faltered, and they're calling indirectly about like Russia becoming gory and bloody in its effort to take over Ukraine, because for them this is a universal historic movement toward Western Europe. Have a nice day, my friends, and I wish you take into consideration all that that I've been saying to you. Good day.